My novel is called Red Jihad: Battle for South Asia. It's a military fiction slash political thriller set in 2014. The novel has a certain section of Naxalites uniting with a certain nefarious section of jihadis from across the border and commandeering an Indian experimental missile and firing it at South Asia to cause a war between two nuclear powers in South Asia. How the states react to this attack, how they go to war, how the dogs of war are let loose on the subcontinent is what this novel talks about, and it's a total work of fiction. And I consider it as a thought experiment that took place in my head. This was written in 2010, accepted for publication in 2011, and came out in 2012. But the freaky part was that while I was attempting to write a thriller that was fun to read and fun to write, many things mentioned came true, which really freaked me out because I had no such intentions. See, I'm a PhD student of literature, but this novel deals with strategic studies, international relations, and defense studies. So I had to engage in extremely high levels of research to give this novel a certain semblance of sanity and of actuality. And I researched for a long time, at least 11 to 12 months, until ideas started concretizing in my head. Though the first draft of this novel was written in around 10 days straight, when I wrote like a madman for 20 hours each day. But as all writing happens to be rewriting, the process of rewriting, re-revision, re-revision took the next 12 months. I woke up one morning and realized that there is the thin line, the boundary between extremism and terrorism is something which is shifting all the time. If I go and pick up a weapon against the state or against an innocent person, what will I be labeled as? Will I be labeled as an extremist, or will I be labeled as a terrorist? Does that depend on my geographical location? Does that depend on my background? What was the epistemological differences between these two concepts of extremism and terrorism? And I started thinking about it, and I just thought, why not write something that is extremely fun to write? Primarily, I'll be lying if I say otherwise, that is extremely fun to write, while at the same time uses the devices of a thriller to make the readers think about the current world which we live in, and especially the youth. Because some people have this misconception that the youth is only concerned with love and relationship and campus romances, and that is all that we think about and that is all that we can write. I beg to differ and I disagree, and maybe a concrete manifestation of that thought process is this book when I have written about war and terrorism in India. Yeah, I think that the good thing about growing up in India is that we have regular exposure to Bollywood, and with the concept of Navrasas, we are exposed to almost all the genres simultaneously, and then we have the freedom to choose whichever genre we want and whichever genre we want to write about. I chose this genre because this was something which was politically sensitive, which was politically inflammable, and this genre gave it a little bit of masala and made the reader also enjoy, what he was reading about, rather than it being, some extremely drab non-fiction documentary study on the causes of extremism in this country. See, I am not an MBA, so I usually don't think like that, and who's my target audience, to whom I have to pitch this book and stuff like that. But when I was writing this book, the only target audience I had in my mind was that anyone and everyone who reads a newspaper, and anyone and everyone who's even slightly concerned in the direction in which we as a political entity are headed. So there were no demographics, there were no age groups, there were no rural or urban readership, debates inside my head when I was writing that, because I think that all these things come after a book has been written, and it's the job of, I think, the MBAs and the advertisement professionals and the sales execs to find out where to place the book. But as a writer, It's my duty to just write about what I feel like, what I want to write about, and then leave the rest in the hands of, and then leave the rest in more capable hands of professionals. The second novel is science fiction. It is a quasi-sequel to this novel and forms a part of a larger enterprise within my head, in which I take the same characters and place them in different genres. So this one was military fiction, and after this, in my second novel, I have placed some of the major characters within the setting, within the narrative framework of a science fiction novel. So that has extraterrestrials and aliens and the regular paraphernalia of a science fiction novel. See, message, those writers who fortunately and unfortunately, I do not belong to that crop of writers, and I do not agree with those writers who believe in spoon feeding their readers the message. My own task as a writer is just to provide multiple perspectives, multiple interpretations of the same phenomena, and verbalize on that, discourse on that, write about that in the book, and then let the reader decide what interpretation he or she needs to follow. For example, in this book, which talks about Naxalism and jihadism, which talks about the Maoist Mujahideen nexus in South Asia, I have tried to provide both the interpretations. Communism, for example, is discussed by a Maoist with a Marxist. So there are two very different models of thought. The CPI/CPM, if you have to, put political parties into it, versus the CPI-ML, so that, and then provide the arguments of both the sides and let the reader choose. Similarly, for the Mujahideen movement, I have, made two people talk about Islam. One gives a more liberal interpretation, which I think is the, a better interpretation of Islam, and the other sticks with an extremely parochial interpretation of Islam, which has led to the rise of fundamentalism. And then I leave it to the reader to decide what they want, because it's not my place to spoon feed them and tell them that this is right, this is wrong. It is my place to just put things out in front of them and then allow them to arrive at their own conclusion.